High atop a solitary hill, shrouded in mist and mystery, stood the Blackwood Manor, a grand mansion steeped in history and rumors of the supernatural. Within its walls, a single room harbored a darkness that transcended time. The room held a portrait, a haunting rendering of a family whose lineage was intertwined with the very essence of the mansion's malevolence. The portrait depicted the family in a moment of opulence and unity, yet their eyes held a disquieting glint, as though they had glimpsed a world beyond the living. It was whispered that the family had made a pact with a malevolent spirit, trading their souls for wealth and power. The portrait itself was said to be the vessel that bound their cursed existence, their twisted desires preserved for eternity. One storm-laden evening, a historian named Emily arrived at Blackwood Manor, driven by the allure of uncovering forgotten truths. Armed with an old camera and a heart both skeptical and curious, she embarked on her investigation. The mansion seemed to sigh as she stepped across its threshold, and the air grew heavy with the weight of its secrets. In the dim light of flickering candles, Emily found herself standing before the portrait. Its subjects stared back at her, their eyes alive with a malevolent fire. Swallowing her unease, she raised her camera and snapped her first photo. A chill swept through the room, the temperature dropping as a shiver raced down Emily's spine. The eyes in the portrait seemed to follow her every movement, their gaze unrelenting. As the camera's flash illuminated the room, the family's expressions twisted into grotesque contortions. Their once harmonious features contended with shadows, revealing a macabre truth that defied reason. Emily's heart raced as the room filled with a presence that felt both ancient and unholy. Desperation fueled her determination to uncover the mansion's secrets. She delved into the annals of the family's history, piecing together the puzzle of their downfall. Their ambitions had led them into the clutches of a dark entity, a force that had seduced and corrupted them in equal measure. With newfound knowledge in hand, Emily devised a daring plan to break the curse that held them captive. Armed with candles, salt, and an incantation she had unearthed, Emily returned to the room. With each word she chanted, the air grew electric, a palpable energy enveloping her. The portrait seemed to vibrate, its cursed occupants appearing to writhe in protest. With a final, desperate incantation, Emily smashed the cursed portrait with a silver-hilted dagger. The mansion shuddered as if in agony, its walls groaning under the weight of the curse's release. In a rush of wind, the family's ghostly forms emerged from the shattered frame. The room seemed to swell with power as their tortured souls were finally free, ascending toward an uncertain afterlife. The air cleared, and an eerie stillness settled over the mansion, the curse at last shattered. But as Emily stood amid the wreckage of her effort, a lingering unease settled over her. Despite the family's liberation, a shadow seemed to linger in the corners of the room, a spectral reminder of the malevolent spirit that had once ruled within the mansion's walls. As she left Blackwood Manor behind, Emily couldn't shake the feeling that the entity's presence was not entirely banished, its touch forever imprinted on a history now forever entwined with darkness.